Hello students, welcome to your chapter British and Our Village. In this chapter we are going to discuss how East India Company they colonized the village, that's called they have controlled the villages, and we also will learn here that how revenue resources were organized in the villages and how they have how East India Company they have redefined the rights of the people in the villages, and we will also at last we will learn that how East India Company made or compelled the village people to grow the crops which East India Company wanted to grow. So students, here in the part 1, we'll start the chapter. See, in the slides is written that on 12 August, 1765, the East India Company, they became the Diwan. Students, what is the meaning of the word called Diwan? The Diwan here means the company, they became the chief financial administrator of the territory, and they started organizing the revenue resources. What is that? That is to collect the tax. That is how much tax they will collect, from whom they will collect the tax, and how they will increase the tax. This all financial related all power that was rested with Diwan. The student here will go ahead and we will learn that the Diwan, that this company became the Diwan of Bengal. This was made by this power was given to them by Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II, and company became the chief financial administrator as already I had told you. Now students, what was that here? What company have done here? The company they became the Diwan. Now very important thing what we have to know, that becoming the Diwan of Bengal, student, the company they saw themselves as a trader. They did not want to rule they did not want to rule. Very important thing. Then what they want to do? They want to maximize the profit. They want to generate the maximum tax. That they want to increase the tax and want to make the profit. That is, we can say they did not want to develop any system of taxation. That was their motive. That just only to do the trading and to earn the profit. And student, what happened here? Here you can see the next slide, that after becoming the Diwan of Bengal, the company started purchasing cotton and silk from the revenue generated from Bengal. Student, the effort of the company was to increase the revenue so that they can buy the fine cotton and silk as cheaply as possible from the farmers. Student, earlier before 1865, East India Company used to import gold and silver from Britain to purchase the goods in India. But after becoming the Diwan, they have got enough revenue collection that this helped them that not to import further gold and silver, and now they have enough revenue and money that they can purchase the goods and export to Britain. This was the condition that has resulted the economy of Bengal. The economy of Bengal has faced a deep crisis. This was the reason that the economy of Bengal has faced a deep crisis. The peasants, the artisans, they were started leaving the villages. They were started leaving the villages. Why they were starting leaving the villages? Because they were forced to sell the goods at very low price. The peasants were not able to, due to this, the peasants were not able to pay their dues. The artisans' production got declined, and agriculture production also got collapsed. Student, thus in 1770, also the Bengal witnessed a big famine. Around 10 million people, that is 1 crore people, that is one third of the population got killed here. And this was overall result that people started leaving the villages. Here the East India Company they realized that if artisans and peasants they start leaving the villages and there's no revenue generation in the villages, then how the East India Company they will make the maximum profit? That was the realistic factor what they have realized. And after 2 decades of thinking, they have they have realized that they have to increase the agriculture. And after two decades, that's called 20 years of thinking, the East India Company, the Lord Cornwallis, he has introduced a new system that's called permanent settlement in 1793. Student, what was permanent settlement? See, if in the permanent settlement, the Rajas and Talukdars were made the Zamindars. They were asked to collect the rent from the peasants and pay it to the company. The amount to be paid by the Zamindars were fixed here. Were fixed. Thus, tax were fixed. After paying tax, the remaining amount were income of Zamindars. Students, we have to know here this tax were fixed, expecting that zamindars will invest the additional income what they are collecting from the farmers for to improve the agriculture, so that even the farmers, the peasants also will benefit. But this was not the case. What happened in actual practice? Now what happened? Then we came out with the problems in the settlement. What was the problem? The zamindar were not investing the additional income for the improvement of the agriculture, and the fixed tax was so high that zamindar sometimes found difficult to collect the tax from the peasants. And there was a system that if zamindar will not able to collect the tax, then zamindari was being taken away from him. That's called auction to some other zamindars. Means some other people used to get the zamindari system. So this is also one of the factor that created a tension in the farmers and the zamindars, and cultivators were not happy with the zamindar and the company both. And because of this, what happened? Because the cultivators, they knew that if they are not able to pay the money what they have taken from the money lenders, if they are not able to pay their dues, then their land would be taken away by the money lenders. This was overall tension, and this problem has resulted to for East India Company to come out with a new system that you will see in the part 2, student. And up to that, we'll take care. Bye. Thank you.